And we are back. So still at the airport, just waiting to board. We get here 3 hours early, so that gives you enough time so you don't miss your flight. Because one time I missed my flight and caused my wife to miss her flight. So I'm going to make sure that we're here early. Which means I've got time to make videos for you. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and try it on your own first. Thanks for watching. Try it on your own first. Remember, try it on your own first. Pause me. Okay, so then we're going to jump over here. Okay, so what do we have first of all? We have an angle, and we have a side and a side. So we have a side and a side and an angle. This means that you're going to have to use law of sines, but it could also mean, so use law of sines, but it can also mean that it could be one or two triangles. It could be one triangle, or it could be two triangles. So watch out. Oh, watch out. Whoa. Okay, let's see here. So I always started off by drawing on the bottom left and then seeing if that leg can swing over or not. So it might be tricky because B is so short. It's a very, very short leg, very small leg. So probably because it's so short, we're not going to be able to do two triangles, probably just one. But we'll double check and see. Let's see here. Yeah, probably. Okay, so then we do angle A, which is 40 degrees. And then across from that, the leg we're going to try to swing over is little a, which is 15 centimeters. And then little b is really short. It's only 8 centimeters. It's actually a lot shorter. So when you swing that leg, it's going to not fit. Yeah, but we'll double check. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to find big B is what we first want to find. So we're going to use the law of sines. And so we're going to do sine of big B, what we're trying to solve for, over its opposite side, little b, which is 8, equals sine of big A, and sine of big A is 40 degrees over its opposite little leg, opposite big A's little a, which is 15. There we go. So then we're going to go ahead and solve for big B, and how we do that is by timesing by 8 over to the other side. And so when you times that by 8 over to the other side, then we also have to solve for big B by inverse signing. So we're now going to inverse sign the whole other side. So we're going to try using decimals for that. There we go. We're just at the Scottish, whatchamacallit right now? Scottish Airport, Edinburgh Airport right now. Okay, so then we're going to have to do inverse sine of that whole thing. That's going to be crazy. So we're going to go inverse sine. What comes next? The 8 that we just multiplied over. Then we have our regular sine 40, which is sine of big A. There we go. Close parenthesis. And then we do have to divide by next. That's the tricky part. So we do have to divide by next. So we're going to divide by 15. And so that should give us our answer there. There we go. Nice. Here, do you want me to? Here we can push that across. There you go.
Good position.
That's right. Okay, so then we get 0.40 because we're in radians. I had to flip my switch over there. Okay, so that's degrees now. So it should be 20.04. 20.048 is what's going on there. So that's going to be what B is equal to. So B is equal to 20 point, so 0.048, 0.048. So 20.048, which should round to just 20 really. Looks like he put for B 20 degrees, yep. So now that we know that the angle B is equal to, there we go, so B is equal to 20 degrees, then, there we go. So now we can swing that leg over. So if that's 20, then this is 20. So we got angle 20.04. So this is 20 right here. This is my sausage triangle. This is 15. This is also 20. And that means that this angle right here would be 180 minus 20, which is going to be 160 degrees. And then if this is 160 degrees, plus 4 degrees equals 200, which is too big. Too big. So one triangle. So then we just need to find, so angle B is 20.04 degrees, or 20 degrees. Then we can find angle C next by doing 180 minus 20 and minus 40. So that's 180 minus 60, which equals 120 degrees. So that's going to be what angle C is. So angle C is 120 degrees. 120 degrees. Okay, last but not least is little c equals question mark. So then we're going to do little c over sine of 120 degrees is equal to, let's do the angle A with little a, so that's 15 over sine 40. Now you're going to solve for little c by multiplying by sine 120 over to the other side, like that. So multiplying that over to the other side. So then, plug that into your little calculator there, and you're going to get 20.2 centimeters. 20.2 centimeters. And that's going to be the little c is. There we go. So then, that's number 11.
Delta Airlines departure to Serena to JFK, New York, based the following passengers: Kenneth McKim, Franco Pacheco, Amy Torres, Michael Torres. Please come on turnover property number 4. Thank you. afternoon to everyone traveling on Delta Flight 209 to JFK, New York. We are now ready to begin our boarding process. We ask you please remain seated until your boarding zone is announced, which can be found on your boarding pass. We now invite our customers who need assistance to pre-board at this time.
So next, see here.
We welcome activities to the U.S. military ID to board and thank you for your service. Also, please have your passport open on the photo page along with your boarding pass for your final inspection. Thank you.
Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. And do 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 do. Whoa, this is not your ordinary big chunky Kit Kat, which started in England. This is a British non-wax, because we put wax in our chocolate here in America. Yeah, this is like really good chocolate. Just got back. We were on the flight there at the airport. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, they don't boil their milk over there to 100 degrees, right? Yeah. So I had to start over with, I made a small mistake there on number 13. So now we're doing it here instead of the airport because I'm back. And I'm jet lagged. But we got this. We're going to help you. We got this. Okay, so we are solving this triangle using the law of cosines. Why is it law of cosines? Because the law of cosines is when you have no other option. Usually use the law of sines. But law of cosines is if you have side, 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 or side, angle, side. Right? And so this is just all the sides. This is all the sides. Let's see here. So we have our right triangle here. It doesn't matter how you order it, just be consistent. So we'll create, say, across from big A is little a. Across from big B is little b, which they tell us is 30 feet. And across from big C is little c, which is 72 feet. And these are angles, and these are feet, which is a side length. Cool. So you have to start with, when you have side, 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 you need to always start with the largest side. Therefore, solve the largest angle first. Just in case. Because if you have an obtuse, a really wide triangle, you might accidentally mess up and solve for one of the little angles, and now it's an acute triangle when obviously it's not. So we might be okay with this one, but just always solve with the largest angle first. So 72 is the largest side, which means that we're going to start with the largest angle. So what's the formula for law of cosines with that largest angle? You're going to be doing cosine of angle C that you're going to be solving for. And that means that we start with little c. So little c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Sounds like Pythagorean theorem, but it's not, because then you're going to do a minus 2. And that's part of the formula. Part of the formula there, it doesn't change. And so that's a minus 2 times the side A and B, and then times cosine of C. And so that's the formula we're going to use, but we're going to be solving for angle C. Okay? So C is 72, so we have 72 squared. A is 45, so 45 squared, plus B is 30 squared, minus 2 times A, which is 45, and B, which is 30, times cosine of angle C. So you're going to have to chunk, kind of like my Kit Kat chunky. Need another bite. Sorry, just need some energy. It's after school. Sorry, it's really good. Okay, so you're going to have to chunk it. What I mean by chunk it is into sections. So do this first, and then subtract it to the other side. Subtract it over. Then you're going to multiply that together, and because it's multiplied to the cosine multiplied to the cosine angle C, we have to then divide it over. And then after that, finally, you'll have to go ahead and finally inverse cosine to the other side. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. That's how it rolls. So first, we're going to subtract it over. We're going to add those together, square them, add them, subtract it over, okay? Here we go. So we get out our calculator. We're going to do 45 squared plus 30 squared is 2925. So that's going to be 2925 there. And then we're going to minus the 2925 over to the other side. So then we get 72 squared, which is 5184, and then we're going to minus the 2925. And we get 2259, okay? So 2259 equals, now we're going to multiply that next part together, because it's basically, you'd want to do like a bracket, right? So you don't accidentally mess this up. So you have to bracket that. So you cannot combine this and this and this and this and this. Yeah, no. Right? So you cannot combine all those together. We have to chunk it. Okay, so now we have -2 times, because you have to do multiplication before you do subtraction, you have to do division first. So times 30. So -2 times 45 times 30 is -2700. So now we have -2700 next, times our cosine C. Now we're going to go ahead and undo the multiplication by dividing -2700 to the other side. Divide the -2700 to the other side. And then last but not least, we're going to go ahead and inverse cosine to undo cosine. So then we bring the C over here. So C is equal to, and if you do it to one side, you have to do it to the other side. So we're going to inverse cosine that whole thing. So inverse cosine 2259 divided by the -2700. And that finally is going to give us the answer to angle C. So it's 146.789, which is 146.8. So 146.8 degrees is angle C. We'll check that. All right, good job. Just double check it. Okay, so now that we have an angle and a side, we can use the law of sines now. Use the law of sines. So we're going to use our angle and our side. And then you can choose A or B, doesn't matter the order, we'll do A if we want. And choose that angle with that side. Right? And use the law of sines now. So sine of A over little a, which is 45 feet, is equal to sine of the angle we just found, which is 146.8 degrees, rounded to the nearest tenth, divided by little c, which is 72 feet. And now we're going to solve for a, using law of sines. So to undo this, we've got to multiply. Solve for a, get a by itself, so multiply the 45 to the other side. Then you're going to inverse sine to undo the sign there and solve for a. So a is equal to the inverse sine of this whole thing, of that whole thing. So angle A is equal to the inverse sine of 45 sine 146.8 degrees, close parenthesis, divided by 72. So that is going to give us our answer to angle A using the law of sines. So we get 20.01. So angle A is going to be 20 degrees. Angle A is going to be 20 degrees. Here, 70 degrees. And so you're going to plug all of that into your calculator, and then you're going to square root it. So go and find x. Right? Using the law of cosines. Because you have side angle side. Stop giving me that sass. Hey, you behind the screen, you stop sassing. Oh, you mean sass is in side angle side? Yeah, side angle side. Use law of cosines. Nice. Okay, so the next, we're just going to go to the next problem because that was kind of a tough one. So we'll come back to this one, 15 and 17 next. It's more of the same. But we've got to end the video for now because we're splicing it with the other one. Way-o. So thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Bye for now.